Good morning. Good morning. I don't think I've got any ammo for the 5.7. Who else does pistols? I'm sure you can get Glocks from Prapor. Must be level 2. Which I get at level 15. I reckon I can get Glocks from him at level 15. In the meantime, we're just going to have to bloody Gratch it up again. Oscar the Gratch. Coming to town. There's the 5.7. There's another 5.7. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. 3 lines on a shirt. Last night you mentioned as someone with a former heart condition on Twitter. Does this mean that since you're operating you have not had any more episodes? None. None. Not even close. And I mean, I've been going to the gym for a month and a half now, and nothing close to an episode there. So as far as I'm concerned, the matter is resolved. Thank you, Craig. So it's looking like the final. I'm either going to go and meet up with my mates over in East London and we'll just try to find somewhere, although the place they normally go is booked up and has 20 people on the waiting list. So they were like, we'll just go and see if we can squeeze in, which we won't. But I think they're hoping we'll just find somewhere. If not, we'll go to my mate Jim's house, lives around there. We'll watch it in his living room or something. But it was great. My favourite part of last night was the number of triggered non-humorists who thought I was serious. I said, and this was a controversial take, people angry at England booing Denmark's national anthem. Remember, these people's ancestors invaded us and took away our lands. Boo away, I say. People were not happy, and they began pointing out all the awful things England had done. My point simply was, and I think it's a fair one, is that you see lads dressed as Vikings at these games. Too soon? You decide. Scenes in the street. Oh my god, if we win on Sunday. Get me out of here. That's a serious boy. God, we hit him too. People were very unhappy. Oh, man. There were some very angry people about that penalty. I don't understand what the problem was. It was a foul. Like, even if you're trying to dribble and someone kicks you in the shin, and good luck. You don't have to bundle someone to the ground. I've been saying this for years. If you can't tackle, don't stick your foot out. People are going to go over, and why shouldn't they? Fair play. Fair play. Also, deal with it. Fucking deal with it. Think it was a dodgy pen? Tough shit. We've had those for years. Years and years and years. We were the better team. We deserved the win. End of. It's fashionable to hate England, you know? I just don't understand how... I think we're singled out because I guess what we did was more recent than anybody else. And we have this reputation for arrogance. And the song It's Coming Home for some people seems to be seen as arrogance. It's not arrogance. It's hope. It's a hope that it'll come home finally. That the people who invented the game of football might actually one day be considered not bad at the game. That's it. It's just a hope. If you listen to the lyrics, it's a song of hope that maybe this time we can do it. It's not saying, "Way, we have football's ours, fuck off foreigners." It's just saying, you know, please let it come home. Like we even though we've had all these shit results, for some reason deep in us is still this hope and this belief that we might be able to win it. Association football was invented in Scotland. Here comes a Scotsman. See, this is what gets me. If I say something positive about England, the English are so arrogant. You cannot mention anything without a Scotsman reminding you that actually they invented it. Apparently Scots are not arrogant. Funny that. We get a lot of shit. Our politicians do not define us. Just aggravate. The Cambridge Rules, first drawn up at Cambridge University in 1848, were particularly influential in the development of subsequent codes. Funny that. Cambridge is in England. Yeah! Woo! Quest did it. We're lucky the games were played at Wembley. Only because we got here. Like, I'm sorry, but... That's true of every tour. It has to be played somewhere, doesn't it? These ongoing efforts contributed to the formation of the Football Association in 1863, which first met on the morning of the 26th of October 1863 at the Freemasons Tavern in Great Queen Street, London. Sounds like we invented football. Don't see anything about Scotland in here at all. Remarkable. Oh man, that was a player we killed. God damn it. Anyway, people are very angry that England have made it to a final. I'm fucking done with it, man. Fuck off. I wouldn't say the same if it was played in Rome. It has to be played somewhere. What, are we meant to find a neutral venue? At this late hour? How? Who thought we were going to get to the final? We haven't got to a final since 1966. It's not like we planned for this. Just unbelievable. Oh, well, it's Wembley, isn't it? Yeah, oh, we absolutely planned it. Planned it out very carefully. All right, here's the plan, lads. We're going to win our group, yeah? And then the finals at Wembley. Yeah, it's all coming together now. What? Did I lose the one with the scope on it? That's a damn shame. I'm sure I've got one of those weird dovetail thingies that wallops onto this. You go on there, don't you? Do you not? Do you not? Oh, you go on the Vepper Hunter, but we don't have any bullets for it. No, Orfini, they hate England. They hate England. To give you an example, all I did was point out that Denmark invaded us, right? Invaded us and took over a bunch of our land, stole a bunch of our women and our goats. People are like, oh yeah, well you've invaded stuff too. Yeah, well, two wrongs make a right then, I guess. So it's all right as long as we did it. As long as they did it to us, what a load of bollocks. Who's that? What do you want? Oh, no, here it is. Here you go. What? Oh, shit. I can't hold it. Oh, there. Cheers, love. Lindisfarne, baby. We haven't forgotten about Lindisfarne, man. I just think it's funny. God forbid you point out a time we got our asses kicked. All people want to do is tell us about all the shitty things we've done. Well, no more! I'm not having it. Yeah, we've been dickheads. I'm not denying that. But can I just remind people, what happened in the last century? Some shit stuff, yes. World War I, World War II. We were on the right side of history both times. Both times. How come people aren't booing the German national anthem every chance they go, fucking Germany, bastards? They get away with it because they were really sorry. Well, we're really fucking sorry. Sorry, we invaded your country. Sorry, I'm going to state now, on behalf of England, we're fucking sorry. Can you guys chill? It's now 2021. We haven't invaded anywhere in ages. We've changed. Gives a break. Oh, I can hand this in. Ugh. I don't want to do that. Don't make me do golden swag. Yeah, we were good at being dickheads. We were really good at it. BP Depot. I'm trying to remember this one. I can't remember. Do I need to mark them all and extract? Let's have a look. BP Depot Tarkov. You must mark them all in a single raid. Upon accepting the quest, you will get 4 markers. Note that what you have to mark are the orange fuel tanker trucks, not actual tanks. The markers can be placed in any order over any number of raids. You do not need to place all 4 in the same raid. The markers can be used from your secure container, so it's a good idea to keep them there. You do not need to be around the truck after the marker has been placed. Only players can destroy the markers, and it's extremely rare for someone to look for them. Go and hide, as death will result in you losing the marker and having to buy a new one. Fuel tank 1 is at the new gas station. Alright, let's bring up the little map here. We'll just try and get all of these, I guess. Dinged up. Let's try this. You know, we can do it over multiple raids. We've got a chance. Where'd I put those things? Just saying, let's enjoy this. We're in the final for the first time, and all I could see was hate. Sorry, you know, yes, Denmark had a rough time of it. It would have been nice if they could have got to the final. I would have cheered for them if they got to the final. After what happened to them, the shitty start they had to the tournament, Christian Eriksen and all that, I'm 100% with you. I wish that things had gone better for them. But, for Christ's sake, can we not enjoy this without just constant hate? All this stuff I see on Twitter, hating on Britain. Fuck off. Give us a break. Just people trying to chill. We're just trying to live our lives. We're just trying to enjoy some fucking football. And all we get is shit. Fuck off. Fuck off. End. The end. Just get some of my tits, man. This is a funny tweet. That picture of Pretty Patel. This is the picture before it was cropped. No. Listen, Manstrudel. This is the mistake that Kasper Schmeichel made. Now, let me get something straight here. That is a bullshit question for a journalist to ask anybody. To ask someone, a Danish player, how do you feel about the fact that you might stop it coming home? Like, why does he care? And then he wades in with, has it ever been home? It's not about the tournament. It's never about a cup. Alright? It's about football coming home. It's about something that we invented, this wonderful gift that we've given to the world, sometimes by force. Right? That, we would love it if just once we could be champions of it again. That we could be good at it in the modern era. You know what I mean? 1966, I mean, you know, the ball probably didn't cross the line. All that. It's coming home is different from bringing the ashes home. Exactly. It's different. We're just saying football's coming home. The concept of football. I mean, honestly, I thought we played some great football last night. I thought Phillips was immense. I thought Declan Rice was immense. They were both top draw. We haven't won something for nearly 60 years. Unless you count Le Tournoi, and I think we might have done well in the Nations League, so friendly stuff, right? It's been a long time since we've won anything. So Kasper Schmeichel said, it's never been home, you guys have never won it. Right? Meaning the trophy. We're not talking about the trophy, we're talking about football. The concept of us being good at football. Because Scotland want to say they invented everything. It was a ridiculous question. He had to say something. He's not going to say, "Oh yeah, I'd be really sorry if we stopped it coming home." Of course he wouldn't. He wants to win for Denmark. It's a fucking stupid question. But people saying, "Yeah, lol, he nailed it." He was wrong in saying he should have said, "That's a ridiculous question." And also, excuse me, Casper, I believe we're still in the tournament. He did great though. Although the Sterling save, Sterling could have put it anywhere but directly at him, and it would have been the right thing to do. Well, this is as bad as it gets, spawn-wise. Let's hide. It was a ridiculous question. I mean, a ball being kicked around, obviously that's as old as balls and feet, right? Like, you see something, you're going to kick it. I'm talking about the rules of association football, what made it the game that it is, that we've fallen in love with. People were kicking balls around for years. It wasn't until we invented rules for it, which is very British. Right, now hold on a sec, chaps. We can't just be kicking this ball around willy-nilly. We need some kind of rules to decide which team is the best. He's a good keeper. He's a really good keeper. Can we at least all agree the knobber with the laser pen deserves a lifetime ban? 100%. Get him out. Get him out. But we were the better team. For a long period of the time. We had more of the ball. We created more opportunities. Like, I think my mate was saying, why haven't we had any shots? But there were lots of times when they were literally, a stretched leg was the only thing stopping us being clean through. Like, multiple times we were in. Yeah, there's a shot on Twitter, you can see the video, there's like a green laser playing around in his face, someone in the crowd with a laser pen. Good aim, to be honest with you, but ridiculous. Prediction for the finals is we're going to lose. Italy are very strong. They're just a bit craftier than us, you know? They're the kind of team that's going to be able to set out a tactical master plan to defeat us. This is why England fans are the worst. Yeah, no one else ever does things like that. God, it's literally just us. But yeah, we played some great football. So where have we got to get to? There's one actually right nearby. A chunky boy. I mean, they've got enough cameras in Wembley. They should be able to find the guy. He'll be the lad holding a laser. I mean, how hard is it to spot someone holding a laser?
Nalavi Vianalga 5000 tipped $5. Big fan of you in the Triforce.
Thank you.
Don't know much about football, so a curious question. What do you as a fan of England think of English fans booing other countries' anthems and the recent laser against the team, but the fans do seem to act shitty?
I think a lot of our fans can be absolute dickheads, don't get me wrong. But I also think that your average England fan is anyone in the country. Like the England fans, you got millions and millions of people. They're not all dickheads. I mean, people always telling me to ignore the negative comments and it's just a vocal minority. Why can't the same be true of football fans? We're not all like that. If we were, there wouldn't, no game would happen without there being some kind of trouble. That's not how it works, is it? Yes, there are some absolute dickheads that support England. It doesn't mean you have to write off the entire bloody thing. There's one of them. I mean, pick a political party, maybe even one that you support. You're saying that every single person that votes for that party is a great person? Or do you think that just maybe something that you support might also be supported by some people you disagree with? You know what I mean? Let's say you're a massive fan of Game of Thrones. Maybe there's some absolute twats that love Game of Thrones. Does that mean Game of Thrones is rubbish? Last season accepted? Maybe the last 2 seasons? Just saying, let's not write everybody off because of some twats, because then the twats win. You know what I mean? Oh, I see where I went wrong. So the other one is at Old Gas, and then there's one at New Gas. Alright, to Old Gas. Or as close as we can get. I mean, I'm not, supporting the people that wave national front flags at football and make it about racism and stuff like that. People booing national anthems, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't boo people taking the knee. But I'm an England fan. Am I a terrible person? I hope not. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, let's not chuck everyone under the fucking bus. That's just a few idiots. That should be what people say. For some reason, our fans are the worst. Now, don't get me wrong. My mates who've been to away games with England, a lot of the people you tend to get going there are absolute nutters. Like the worst kind of people. They tend to mingle with the fans of other clubs. Of other teams, I mean. So like my mates go to see England abroad, they'll hang out with the Swedes. They said the Swedes are always great crack to hang out with. Love a drink. Lovely lads. Just chill. Perfect. A lot of England fans are just there to get absolutely hammered and piss everybody off. But I think there's a kind of weird siege mentality, We know everyone hates us. So we kind of play up to that. See, that looks like something. Yeah, all that kind of stupid shit that we do. It's awful. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not in support of trashing other countries when we're there. I think it's awful. I've travelled all over Europe. I love it. I hate the idea that we would be going somewhere and... Fucking hell. And like making dickheads of ourselves and pissing people off. Do you know what I mean? Like, I hate that. But that's not all of us. I've got one of those already. Well, we did export hooliganism. Like, if you read interviews with these top firms, like in Russia and stuff like that, they see the English hooligans as like the benchmark. Or they did. You know, nowadays it's not like that. But a lot of these I'll take it because we might need some of the bits on it. A lot of these countries literally tried to copy, you know, how we do hooliganism. Like, oh yeah, they've got it right. We should do that. Which is awful. Irish fans, yeah. But the thing is, if you're English, you can't hang out with the Irish fans. They don't like us. Well, that's, you know, that's the way I'd assume. I wouldn't hang out with Irish fans. Because I think they're going to just tell me how shit England is over and over and over again. And I mean, if you're Irish, I'm not really going to make an argument that England's fantastic. That would be ludicrous. Actually, England's great. They'd be like, fuck off. Which is fair. Like, we're still being dickheads to Ireland. I think it's really, really bad for the mental health of a country, if you like. If all we do is talk about how terrible we are, how awful we are, it's like, how is this going to make us improve? I think as a country we need to be positive. It doesn't mean ignoring our history, which is bad. Very, very bad. But you can't just live like that. Come on, England, by the way, we're really sorry again for everything we did. It's like, how long can we live like that? You know what I mean? It loses some of its power. If you literally, every time you mention England, you have to say, of course, colonialism bad. You know, it's like, yeah, we get it. Can we just support football? Can we just be happy for our team without this having to be about what shit sweep in? See, that's not... That guy is not representative of English people. That guy's a cunt. There's no two ways about it. I mean, the thing is, if we just say, well, that wasn't us, then that basically means that the benefits that we felt from the things that we did,
just resubbed for 79
we just get to live with
months.
them and we never have to think about
into its coming home,
the past.
GG,
You have to think about the past. You've got to be aware of it, 100%. But I don't think that means that every single time we think of England, we have to think of all the shitty things we did. I think that's incredibly negative, and I think that just makes people sad and depressed forever. What was he shouting about? I mean, I would hope that people would call that stuff out when they see someone being a twat, regardless of whether they're from the same country or not. You know what I mean? Like, just call out shit things. I don't think it means we have to write off the entire country. I mean, I'm not, you know, I'm not a fan of Donald Trump, but that doesn't mean I'm going to write off every American. That's not fair. 28 minutes. Do I want to go all the way back to the other spawn? It was a good game. Like, it was a really good game of football. If we'd lost, I would have thought, you know, at least it was a fucking good game. You may as well go for it, eh? I mean... If we do this, though, we've got to go all the way back to extract. In terms of the game, Saka was excellent. I thought Pickford was alright. He had a couple of wobbles, but he did make some good saves. Someone said that he was scratching his nose when they were preparing to take the free kick, and then when they clobbered it in, he wasn't ready. I don't know if that's true. I can believe it. I mean, honestly, the amount of dominance that we... towards the end of the first half, we were just all over them. Like, absolutely all over them. And then the long period of possession just did not look like England at all. Like, I was expecting us to flub it at any second, but we're just so much better. This is just a completely different England team to one I've never seen us play this well. I thought Stones and Maguire were excellent. I mean, here's the problem. Kyle Walker is a one game on, one game off kind of guy. He either has a good game, or he's a fucking liability. Hopefully he has a good game in the final. Because if he has a good game, he's quality. He's fast, he's, you know, he's direct, he's strong. But if he has a shitter, we're in trouble. No, I'm trying to place these markers. We are out of ammo now. We got 10 shots left, that's it. Or like maybe even... That's a beefy boy. I think the last one is all the way back down here. There it is. No, you can play this at any time. I think it's most fun after a wipe. Because everybody's on pretty much the same footing. But everybody's also doing these quests. So you bump into more players trying to do those early quests. We're running low on energy, and we have to get to all the way over the other side of the map. Well, we better get moving. Got about a third food left in our stomach. How many players spawn into the map at once? I don't know on this map. I think it's like 5 to 8, something like that. Most maps, you get 5 to 8 other players. I think on Factory it's just 5, maybe 6. So sometimes you can clear a map. Like, it's easier on Factory or Labs. You kill all the other players, all they've left. So it's just you versus the AI. I wish I'd brought more ammo now. Recover our energy. I think the shotties, I can stick a couple in there. There we go. Well, we've got like 5 shots left in here, less than half. Switch to the shotty, I think, because I don't want to go click. Now we've already been to Old Gas and we know it's not open. Heard a fucking scav. I see you. Get him to pop his head down and then we'll run over here. Oh, yeah. Fuck me. that fucking slickers down us. I think we've only got like 7mm buck or something, which is not great. Let's hope 12 is open, would be nice. I don't see the light on. Light's been shot out though. I'll check. You never know. Come on. Bastard. Well, that's good ammo. We need that for our 5.7. Fuck off, please. Hopefully that's over the other side of the wall. Should be. Jesus Christ. Gets me every time that sleeping lad does. Get me out of here, please. Whew.
Yogscast rated with 429 viewers.
Welcome! Oh, that's a lot of XP. Oh, we're level 15. Sweet. 10 scav kills! Boom. Damn, that was a good raid. Did a quest. Killed 10 scavs. That might be one of my best raids ever. That was BP Depot done for Prapor. The quest is complete. Get ready for the noise. Hello again, Rambo.
27 just resubbed for 50 months. 50? Nearly as old as you.
Trusty old SKS. Now, if we're going down into, I think that's in reserve then, isn't it? The bunker. Find underground bunker, locate control room. So we know where that is. What else do we... Wait a second. Hang on. Find... So we need a gas analyzer, which is another thing you can get on reserve. We've got to stash that stuff as well. Find a secure folder 031 on a bunkhouse and customs. Bad rep evidence. Don't remember this quest. Bad rep evidence. If you start typing the name of a quest into Google, it auto-completes for Tarkov so quickly. So you need factory emergency exit key. I've got that. Opens the locked room on factory. In this room, on the floor below the hanging jacket, the portable bunkhouse key can be found. And then you get secure documents case 0031. The portable bunkhouse key is required for this quest. It can sometimes be found at the ground under a jacket in the locked room. Once you have obtained the key, head to customs. The room you have to unlock is near the center of the map, south of the dorms. Oh, this. I know this one. Oh. Did England beat Denmark? What's with the coming home? What can you do? Some people just don't care. So reserve. I don't think the SKS is great on reserve. In all honesty. This is Magnum Buck. That's not bad. This'll do, you know, this'll do. We need to eat and drink. Oddly enough, I do not want Tarkov sound effects added as my sub noise. So, one thing I can't stand is people posting pictures of their cats over and over and over and over again. Haven't got a problem with cats in particular, you know, they're alright. Take or leave them, not really fussed, they're alright. Some cats are good lads. Some of them you just think, what's the point? They're just, you know, oh no, you can't pet her, she doesn't like it. It's like, why have you got this animal? You know, just miserable. But some cats are top bands. I don't think pictures of a very ordinary cat doing very ordinary cat things is worth sharing. Sorry, but I don't. My sister recently got cats. She got 3 cats. All she posts on Facebook now, pictures of the cats. Pictures of the cats. Who cares, man? It's a cat. It looks like every other cat. That makes sense. They don't do anything. They sit. They sleep. Yeah, you seen one cat, you seen them all. It's a cat. Like I said, no problem. No problem. If you love your cat, go for it. Cats are fine. I had a cat until very recently. Very sad when she died. But it doesn't mean I'm going to post fucking pictures of her like 3 times a day. My handsome boy. It's a picture of a cat just looking out a window. Calm down. It's just a cat. Just enjoy your cat, you know? What ratings did they give the players for that last game? How did they give Calvin Phillips 7 in the semi-final? 7? My rating of the ratings? Oh, this is good for us. I'm very sorry if I've hurt you to your core. It wasn't my intention. Cat owners, sorry if I've offended you, but let me point this out. My sister had just got a dog and was only posting pictures of her dog. Also got an issue with that. When people have just had a baby, endless pictures of the baby. I get it, you know. But at least it's a baby. At least it's like a life-changing event. Get a cat, I mean, jeez. Your life doesn't change a bit. Maybe you're slightly chiller, but it's not like, yeah, we've had to adapt our entire lives. One of us has had to stop working because of this cat. Doesn't happen, does it? And that cat is unlikely to grow up to be the next Albert Einstein. Your baby might. Let's have a quick nose through the filing cabinet, may as well. Right, but Stubby, you're not posting pictures of your cat on the internet, are you? 3 times a day. Cat doing normal cat things. Aww. If your cat did something exceptional, take a picture by all means. Like, I quite like ones where people post it and they're trying to do some work and the cat is like sleeping on the laptop. That's quite funny. Don't mind that. Got no problem with it. Do have an issue with, here's my cat doing exactly what every other cat does. Again, if your dog is doing something exceptional, take a picture by all means. A picture of a sitting cat, what is that? That's what they do. What is that? I don't need to see that. I've seen it. I can even imagine it. Ask you a question. If I told you I had a great story, and you said, oh yeah, I said, right, the other day, right, my cat was looking out the window. Would you go, and? You would. You'd say, and? And I'd say, no, that's it. If that's as good as the story is, maybe it's not worth a picture. Footsteps. Phew, that scared me. I definitely heard scab voices. Who's cussing me out? Go ahead and post your stupid cat pic, Stob. Wowzers! Oh, and the game's crashed. God, I shouted so loud the game crashed. Brilliant. I thought I heard him above me. Would Bodega ever consider getting a cat? Bodega's got a dog, so probably not. I defy you to behold my cat pics and not think she's cute. Alright, well, let's fucking have a look. Where did you put it, Stob? Cute things go here. Pics of idiots. Idiots who read books. Investment wankers. Memes. Cute is fine. Oh, here we go. She's very pretty. She's a very pretty cat. Yeah. Very pretty cat. Now post that same picture in slight variations 3 times a day, Stob, and then get back to me. And let me know if people say, Stob, could you stop fucking posting pictures of your cat, please? Because that's what I would say. I would say, give it a rest. We get it, mate. You've got a cat. Legendary. You have a life. See? Cat owner accepts the truth. Why can't the rest of you? Why are you resisting what is very clearly a factually accurate position to hold? That people just posting pictures of their cats doing normal cat things is inherently boring. All I'm saying, nothing outrageous. Oh, fuck off. I've got to survive. Oh. I hate having to survive and extract. We've got to do that shit again. Oh, we can get a lot more things from him now, though. Yeah, it does. Oof, what's that? The TOS K, it's just the KSM-23 Drozd with a stock like that? What is that? Right, but here's the thing, Stop. I'm with you. All right, I've watched those videos, compilations of cats doing. Oh, we can get a shrimp now as well. Excellent. That's a good pistol. Still can't get a Glock out of this guy. What is up? I've watched compilations of pets doing adorable shit. Don't get me wrong. Some of it's fucking really funny, right? But it's not just the same pet doing adorable stuff of sitting doing nothing. They're doing something like that you maybe haven't seen an animal do before. You know? I love compilations of goats sounding like people. You know, when they do that. I think that's hilarious. Flax is saying cats doing mundane nothingness 3 times a day in a picture is boring. Not that cats are boring. Just he doesn't want to see the same pic that many times a day. Exactly, Kieran. Exactly. Don't follow them or look at what they post if you don't like it. That's not how Facebook works. I can't unfollow my sister. What the fuck is wrong with you? Unfollowed. She'd be like, why have you unfollowed me on Facebook? It's not a solution. I guess we're going to have to use this. Let me see. 90, 100, 190. 105 rounds should do it. Oh god, we don't want that many. Yeah, there we go. Right, and we can repair this. Oh, gotta do this again. Should have just left. Oh yeah, the game crashed, didn't it? That's a very satisfying one. But my sister sometimes posts stuff I need to see. You know what I mean? I've muted quite a few WhatsApp groups that I'm in. There's one I'm in which is just the other parents in my youngest daughter's class. Like, you know, the parents. So we discuss things like, you know, don't forget it's PE tomorrow, or we'll, you know, discuss things that have happened. People asking questions about homework, that kind of thing. It's useful, you know. But I've muted it because someone will make a comment. I suppose you could describe it as funny. It would be the sort of thing that you just sort of go, you'd smile if it was in a conversation. Go, yeah. Laughing, crying emoji, tilted on the side, laughing, crying emoji, crying with laughter emoji, water pouring out of my eyes, I'm laughing so much emoji. Endlessly. And every one will reply with the same shit. Ah ha ha, woo hoo hoo, ha ha ha. I've never spoken in there. Awkward moment on a work WhatsApp group. A colleague was posting religious, get your life straight type stuff. Do their parents know what you do for work? Well, because my WhatsApp account was created for work, my name is PFlax, right? So they're like, who is this Pyrian guy? Why have we let him in the group? And everyone's like, oh, that's Ted. That's the one, Palmer Sean B. And when I email people, because I've had to tie, when I was doing YouTube, you have to tie your account to your Google account, right? So my email address, like when I email people, it shows up as PFlax with my stupid Skeleton King avatar. So I email people for some quite serious stuff, and they're like, who is this PFlax? I'm like, this is Ted. Oh, right. Oh, this is actually a pog spawn for us. Now, if it's for a quest, I can't just extract, can I? I need to, you know, survive, like get the proper extract. We can't just leg it out. See, there's been nothing on this table for me so far. Bit bloody stinge. It can be a run through. Right, we'll just do this and then we'll bolt. Or try to. Gotta get a bit of cheddar first though. Perception has leveled up to 6. Excellent. I can't remember what it is. There's something you can trade to her for a documents case. It's a lot of stuff. I think it's like a lion, a vase, a bunch of horses, something like that. Yeah, 4 houses, 1 cat and a lion, that's right. I hear them chatting. See, there's just nothing here. So with the searching and with the killing of the scab, we should have enough to just leave and not get a run through, I reckon. That's the item they named after me in game. P-filter. We will give him a filter. PF-ilter. No, that's not really. Not really. But I'd like to think it is. Sorry, Davey. Should have made an item that makes you do awful plays. You wouldn't need an item for that, Bob, mate. You've got that on lock. You have got that on lock, sir. Ready for the noise? God, we've got a lot of shit. We should probably sell some stuff. This is getting a bit silly. Actually, keep that. Can't remember what you need the cyclone for. Oh, it's just for trades. Yeah, we'll just sell it. Got any room in our scav box? No. No, we don't. Ugh, these things, honestly. What do you need alkali for? Two need to be found and ready for the quest. Spa Tour Part 7 and Nutrition Level 2. You need a couple. So we've got 3. Alright, good. God, Jesus. Is there anything we can upgrade? Resale, do you mean extra time? Or time added on? I'll cover both. So, extra time is if the game can't be decided after 90 minutes, there's two 15-minute periods played afterwards. So you get a 5-minute break, 15 minutes, couple of minute break, 15 minutes. If at the end of that time, so 120 minutes total, you have penalties. That's only for tournament games like knockout competitions, because you need a result. They used to do replays, and it just fucking went on and on and on, you know, and it's just a bit shit. So they came up with this. Now, added time is like trying to make up for people time wasting. So if I'm rolling around, and the medics come on and they tend to me and all the rest of it, and I go off the pitch, that takes like 3 minutes, 4 minutes fannying about. Off they go. And that the ref is like going, all right, well, this has taken 3 minutes. So he's adding it up in his head. And then they'll normally chuck a number between 3 and 6. As there's something really big has happened. Like, for example, let's say a player was seriously injured and the medics had to come on and, you know, they'd broken their leg or something like that. And it takes time. They've got to get him on this stretcher, give him oxygen, very carefully take him off. They might add like 9 minutes of extra time on, because essentially it's not fair, really, to just say, well, that counts. But oddly enough, like my mate said, he's American. He's not following the tournament closely, but he's interested in it, because if you know nothing about football, if it's like brand new to you, it seems crazy, right? It seems like, wow, you guys talk about stoppages in American sport, he said, but if you look at football, it's stopping all the time. Throw-ins, corners, goal kicks, you know, for all those niggling little free kicks where you have to wait for players to get 10 feet or 10 yards away and all that kind of stuff, right? It's about a third of the game. The ball is not actually in play. You're waiting to put it in play, fetching the ball from the ball boy, getting ready for the throw, and all that stuff. It's all just fannying about. But it's also, football is a very high intensity game. You're out there for 45 minutes plus the time added on, generally on the move. And you have a lot of sprinting, jogging. And if the game is really end to end, it's like sprint, and then all the stretching and the jumping, and it's like very, very, very high intensity. So those little stoppages give people a chance to catch their breath. It's not like other sports, I think. I mean, I have watched rugby, and if it's a really breathless game, really end to end, especially the ball's getting passed along a lot, and then lots of running and everything. But there are a lot of periods in rugby where, like, setting up the ruck. I mean, God, that takes so long. You know, well, what do they call it? The scrum. Sorry, set up the scrum, the line out. So all this stuff takes ages. You know what I mean? I know that in American football, you know, the clock is very quick. It's 15 minutes per quarter, but it takes a lot longer to play because they stop the clock on a lot of plays. Some they don't, but on a lot they do. Because time management is a big part of American football. Running out the clock, you know what I mean? Having timeouts. I love American football, but I find it much easier to watch highlights than to watch the whole game. The whole game is like, yeesh. And most drives are 3 plays, didn't work out, punt, and then you have to wait for the offense to get off the field and the defense to come on. A lot of fannying. Yeah, American football is crazy, right? Like, they have what they call special teams, which is not an insult. It's like, you guys are in charge of punt returns. So you guys earn a salary waiting around for when they punt it, you guys are on the field to return the punt. That's it. Don't need to worry about anything else. Might use you as an emergency player in another formation if we need to. But on the whole, you guys are very special. We only need you a few times a game. The punter is just a guy that comes on to hoof the ball up the pitch. He comes on and does the kick where the guy flicks it back to him and he just drops it and goes, punt. That's his job. What do you do for a living? I'm a punter. What do you do? Well, they snap the ball to me and I just boot it up in the air as far as I can. Alright, that's the punt done. Get all those guys off the field. Different group, come on. He gets paid his annual salary, not by the punt. Quest diddly done. Oh, I missed one. Fuck! Oh my god, I'm such a fucking idiot. Which one did I miss? Oh, I know which one I missed. Fuck me rigid. I know which one I missed. Damn it. Thought it was 4. No, it's the one near drop room building was the one I missed, I think. Because I didn't go back up that ramp. There's a door at the top of the ramp. Piss! Oh, we got a Glock out of it. I'm happy. Now we're gonna get a shit spawn. Ugh. I don't think tennis is the most physically intensive sport. I disagree. I'll give you a reason why. And I realise this is, you know, people are always going to reject whatever sport they love is apparently the hardest, right? But you can play until you're quite old in tennis and still be competitive and still be one of the best in the world. In football, when players hit 30, there is a very quick drop-off. You know what I mean? Footballers have to be able to do all the football stuff and run like 15 kilometers in a game. I think we're talking about competitive, like team sports rather than individual stuff. I mean, marathon runners, you know, Ironman competitions where they have to do that. Swimming, cycling, running, all that shit. Obviously, that's unbelievable. The people that compete in that are just machines. These are all tiring games. All I'm saying is, I think football is probably one of the most intensive physical activities you can do. Let's look up with the internet. The most demanding sports list. What is the toughest sport in the world? Sport difficulty rankings. 10 most physically challenging sports. Alright, well, they haven't listed football at all. That's ridiculous. Rugby is there, ice hockey, basketball, American football, boxing, alpine skiing, tennis, MMA/wrestling, gymnastics, and motocross riding. No mention of football. What a wank article. Football is not in the top 10. They're saying rowing, then water polo, then basketball. What are they talking about? Boxing, fair enough. Boxing very hard on you physically. Aussie rules football. NFL. Rugby. This is arse. Ice hockey. Cross-country skiing, which looks fucking knackering to be fair. Marathon. Road cycle. I'll be honest with you, the lads in the Tour de France, that's mad. And then Ironman triathlon. Dr. Nick, yeah. Kabaddi. They used to show that on Channel 4 back in the 90s. Kabaddi, 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 kabaddi. It's like, what is happening? I mean, yeah, water polo must be knackering. Ice skating is hard work. It is. And also, it's basically sprinting. So your muscles having to balance you all the time. It's all exertion. You got to hold that stick. All that heavy padding. Woof. I don't see how basketball can be in there. They get all those breaks, man. They literally come off the field. And then go back on. And some of them just lollop about. Why, I would hesitate to say I don't think they're even trying. But I'm going to say it anyway. I think I could play professional basketball. I think it's that easy. A hose! We need these. I am shit at swimming, by the way. Absolute shit at swimming. I can't tread water. Tried it. Just not buoyant. Sink like a stone. Sink like a rotten egg. McCable! Hello! Let's check. The way I see it, we'll treat this quest like we're just doing rat runs on reserve. If we can get down to D2 and get our goodies, get our quest done, so be it. But we've got to look for the goodies. Oh yeah, good egg sink. So I'm a good egg. I knew it. I knew it. My mum told me I was a good egg, and she was right. Ah. Had a nightmare start to the day. Wake up at 7:05. Think, I'll go back to bed for a few minutes. Gym's at 9. You know, I'll just have a little sleepy. Mrs. F wakes me up 20 to 9. Haven't you got to the gym today? It's like, fuck. Didn't even have a cup of tea before the gym. Didn't even have my cup of tea. Can imagine such a thing? Fuck me. Exactly, meat hands. I need that cup of tea. I need that. God, I only hit him once for all that. Wow, 27 million people watched last night. It's just a little excerpt from the second book. What happened with Sweden, as I understand it, could be wrong, is that they basically had an agreement in place to have TI in Sweden, and then they couldn't. They were like, okay, can we just get the visas? And they were like, oh yeah, no, you can't have those. so the players couldn't get in, and they basically, you know, locked the country down, sort of thing. So that was the issue. Oh yeah, over the course of the past year, Stockholm Live and Visit Stockholm continued to assure us, in our regular and constant communication, that the international was going to go ahead and no problem. These were exemptions for elite sporting events. Despite reassurances, we were informed 2 weeks ago the Swedish Sports Federation had just voted not to accept esports into the Sports Federation. So they basically found out that they had to ask the Minister of the Interior, and they said no. So they couldn't get the players into the country. Yeah, and there was like some big crisis in Swedish government anyway. So I don't know what I don't know what the details of that are, but I don't want to get into any politics. But something happened whereby everyone was shitting their pants and covering their asses at the same time, which is not a good look. So yeah, so they couldn't do it. Because obviously, you know, they need to have the assurance that the fucking players can get into the country. And if they're like, oh no, we can't guarantee that, then you can't have everybody flying out and then be like, oh yeah, sorry, you guys aren't allowed in. It's bullshit. Did I watch any of VSL 1 Cologne? So here's the problem with a lot of these tournaments. First of all, I haven't been watching the TI qualifiers because of the football. So what I'm trying to do is work during the day, because I didn't stream for like 2 weeks because the football was on at like 2, 5, and 8 every day for like a week and a half or something. So I just basically would get up, go to the gym, hang around a bit, maybe have a little nap, and then watch football for like 8 hours, right? And then I did that, and then we got into the stage where it's like, you know, the games aren't every day, so I'll stream as usual. But then there'll be days like yesterday where there's the big game on, so I'll stream for a bit and then I'll stop and then watch the football. So I'm not streaming in the evening, so I've missed like a couple of the in-houses and stuff like that. So if I'm not streaming, I'm doing other stuff. So I haven't got time to sit and watch hours and hours of live TI qualifiers, and everybody's going hype about them. They're either on when I'm working or they're on really late at night and I'm watching the football or I'm going to bed. So it's a shame, but I would like to have watched them. I've tried to watch highlights and stuff like that on YouTube. You know, there's guys that put out the highlight videos and stuff, but it's difficult. So unfortunately, I haven't been able to watch as much as I normally would have. But I understand it's been pretty hype. Are you going to TI? Not unless I'm invited to work there. I hope I am. But you know, they don't tell anybody until nearer the time. So luckily, I mean, I was going to go away around that time in October, but luckily, the time I'm going away, fingers crossed, is not the same as the dates for TI. I think Bucharest is decent as a location. I don't know what the venue they're going to use is. I'm sure there's a venue they'll find. PGL are based in Romania. I've been to Bucharest a few times. It's a lot of fun. Great party scene. Like going out and stuff. There's a lot of bounce. It's cheap. Yeah. Bucharest is a lot of fun. Wow, at the National Stadium. God damn. God damn, that's gonna be hype. Please don't be miles out of town. It is quite far out of town. That's not too bad. It's near the Mega Mall Bucharesti and Pantelimon Bucharest, which looks like a nice little park. Cool. Near Ivan's Bar and Grill and McDonald's. Excellent. That's good. That's not too far out of town. Wow, there's a part of Bucharest called Uranus. There's also a place called 13th September. Wowzers. The International, yeah. I'd love it if they did late game again. I think it's decent in terms of locations because it's easy for the Russian fans to get to. It's easy for fans in Europe to get to. Like I said, Romania's nice. And yeah, it should be good. I'd love to go. I'd love to do a late game, get a nice little bar in Romania. I bet it'd be great fun. They're very chilled, you know what I mean? Like, in China, they were super rulesy. And having the bar there, there were like 5 people behind the bar. And before serving you, the woman had to check with her boss that it was okay to serve you, and he would look at you and then nod. Every time. We were there for like 2 weeks. And they still did this, like, every night. And they seemed to really struggle with the idea that there was a tab behind the bar, and our drinks were on that tab. So whatever we ordered, put it on the tab. Every time this was a big discussion. It was paid off every night. It was Valve money. It was like one of the Valve guys was there and he was paying. He was like, put their drinks on this card. And they would be like, okay. And you know, the guy spoke Chinese, so he's translating, he's telling them what to do. It's just, oh my god, it's like every single thing you do is like difficult. And they check with their superior and they have a good think. And then they'll say okay. But more often than not, they'll say no. Did I tell you guys about the bus trip? We asked the girl at the desk, this is the Perfect World, who were the sort of, they manage Dota in China because of the Great Firewall. China is locked behind that. So they have to have their own servers in China. And they're not allowed to be run by a foreign company, so they're run by Perfect World, which is a Chinese company, gaming company. So Perfect World were handling the Chinese side of the event, along with Valve and PGL. So if you had a problem, you had to go to Perfect World. They were the ones that handled a lot of the bureaucracy, which was endless. For lunch and for breakfast and lunch, you had to have a little ticket, and they would only give you the ticket for lunch at lunchtime, the ticket for breakfast at breakfast time. We were like, look, we're here for 2 weeks. Just give us all the breakfast and all the lunch ones for the week. Write the dates on it, whatever you need to do. That way we don't have to keep coming here, because it was like on the 25th floor. So you'd have to get in the lift, go all the way up to the 25th floor, get your chit, and they'd want you to sign it, and they'd look at you, and they, you know, it's like, Christ, it's breakfast, guys. It's breakfast. It was just mind-boggling. The level of bullshit. Damn. Didn't shoot quick enough. I waited because I thought he was about to open the door. So anyway, go to the Perfect World desk one of the days. We need to go to the venue, not the venue, to the place where we did late game. And it was like about a 20-minute bus ride. Yeah, he just headshot me, that's all. So we go down to the Perfect World desk and we say, we need to get the bus. And they were like, oh yeah, it's outside. So get outside. There's the bus. We tell the guy where we need to go. He goes, yeah, hop in. So we get in. Obviously, he's saying all this in Chinese, and we're going through. I think Ken, Hotbit. He speaks Chinese, so or enough of it to get by. So the guy's like, yeah, hop in. Turns on the engine. He says, the buses leave at a certain time. They leave at like quarter past the hour, 45 minutes, quarter past 45 minutes, something like that, or like on the hour, half an hour, whatever. So we're on the bus. He turns on the engine, puts the AC on. We're sitting there. We're waiting. And it comes to half past, which is when we're meant to leave. And he turns the engine off, gets off the bus, and fucks off home. No more coaches today. Time is up. Nope, it's home time. He's out. So we're sitting there, we're waiting for another driver to come on. No other driver. Go back to the Perfect World desk. She's packing up and leaving, because she's finished. Getting her bag on, she's like, I'm finished. And we're just like, wait. Driver just left. She's like, yeah, you need to talk to the desk upstairs. I'm done. Fucking pieces out. Rushes out of the building. Home time. Go up to the 25th floor. At this point, we're running out of time. We say the bus driver just left. And she's like, oh yeah, he finishes at half past. I was like, yeah, but we just asked you. We just told you we need the coach. We need to get to the venue. She's like, well, I'm sorry, he's finished. I was like, we were just on the bus. She was like, yeah, but he finishes it like 20 past or whatever. I was like, you didn't want to mention that to us at any point. We need a cab and you're going to pay for it. Because we're not paying for our own fucking cab. We don't have any money. We need you to get a cab for us. Oh, yeah, you need to talk to the desk downstairs. I was like, no way. She's gone home. You book cab now, please. Okay. So they book a cab. Cab takes forever to turn up. Get in the cab, and the guy wants the money up front and all this kind of stuff. So we get there, and we're like an hour late. Like an hour late. And they're like, where are you? Where have you been? We're like, the fucking coach never showed up. But to get back, there's another coach, but this one doesn't start until 10 o'clock. So there's like a 2-hour gap where you're either there, waiting around for like hours, or you wait for this late bus. And this late bus, again, they leave on the dot. So we get on and we're like, we're the only ones going home. You can just leave. He's like, no. Half past. So we're sitting there in this bus for 20 minutes. There's nobody else coming. Everybody else is staying at that hotel. We're just waiting in this bus. Like, you cannot break the rules. Everything is super strict and rigid. We leave at half past. We're going to sit here for 20 minutes. Even though nobody else is getting on this bus, we are sitting here. Fine. So you just have to live like that for like 2 weeks. Every single thing. We go to get breakfast in the morning. And they want to, let's see your chip, please. So you got to give them a little ticket, and they're looking at it, they're looking at you. And you're like, I've come here twice a day for 2 weeks, and you're still looking at the ticket and looking at me and chatting to your mate. What is this? It's like, it's the same fucking ticket I gave you this morning. I gave it to you. And you're still looking at me like, oh, this could be anybody. And this was when I turned up. When I turned up at the hotel, you have to get a pass. Now, to get the pass, you have to get into the main room where everybody is, giving out the passes. But there's a security guard there. He won't let you in without a pass. I was with a Valve employee. Valve employee says, he's with us, it's okay. No pass. No pass. It's like, how can I get the pass if I need the pass to get the pass? It's ridiculous. So they just had to go in there, get the pass, bring it out to me. I put it on, I showed it to him. He goes, yeah, in you go. It's like, what the fuck is going on? It's insane. It's insane. Like, if you give someone a job, they're going to do it to the letter. They're not given any room for, like, flexibility, nothing. Nobody thinks on their feet. It's all, well, I'm sorry, it's half past, that's it. So it was like that for 2 weeks. It fucking sucked. And we had to go to, we had a computer room where we would hang out and we would write the show for that evening. And this room had a security guard on it. It was just a meeting room in the hotel. Had a security guard. I don't know what he's protecting, but whatever. This guy, we saw him every single day for 2 weeks. He still wanted to see our passes every single time. Every single time. And if you forgot your pass, he'd make you go back up to the hotel room and get it. It's like, no, need your pass. It's like, dude, come on. Fuck it. Criminy. I think he wants to protect his little... I'm gonna live in here. But the reason they do it, and also nobody queues, which drives you up the wall, because you'd wait half an hour to get your fucking breakfast and then some old lady will just step in front of you. First of all, if you lived in that kind of environment where they were like, whose fault is this? His fault. Right, take him away. You know what I mean? You'd follow everything to the fucking letter as well. I know which ones I need to get. Salvador Zombie, I think that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, dude. They literally drag you away for speaking out against the government. They execute more people than any other country in the world, I think. Most of them political prisoners. They shut down newspapers and media organizations that disagree with them. We were... You know, you can't mention certain things. You're not allowed to say the word Taiwan. It's an awful place. I never, ever, ever want to go back. Ever. And honestly, the people are just, like, so oppressed. It's horrible. Horrible. And the air. Just an awful, awful place. To me, the fact that China is like on the rise as this big superpower should be terrifying to everybody. It's just scary. It should be great. The sad thing is when you get to know Chinese people like that actually live in China, they're chill and nice. They've got a great sense of humor. Like it's just this fucking government. It's just awful. But I don't know how you'd even come close to overthrowing it. I mean, it'd be crazy. It just makes me feel really, really sad. Like when I was there, I was just like, this is just awful. Also, I mean, I don't know if it's the way they run things, but everywhere, if a job could be done by one people, why not have 5? Like, it's hugely inefficient. There's no drive for efficiency. It's just like stuff everybody into, like the counter at the hotel had like 10 people behind the desk, a bunch of stressed people watching those people, and then people that stand there to direct you to where the queue is and say, hello, welcome to so-and-so, here's the queue. And they're standing next to the queue and they're directing you to exactly where you were going anyway. It's like, yes, it's a queue. I know how that works. There's a line of people and I get at the back. Don't need someone to help me out there. But there's like 3 people doing that. It's crazy. But despite all those people, you can't get anything done easily. Because nobody wants to do anything unless it's very specifically been told to do it. Because if you have an environment where thinking for yourself and doing things like on your own recognizance or whatever, that's super, super oppressed. You know, you don't want to do that. Because if I step out of line and they say, why are those guys on the bus? It's leaving early. Oh yeah, I said it could go. You're in big trouble, Buster. You know what I mean? You've killed any sense of initiative or personal responsibility. You've destroyed it. Much easier to just do your job, toe the line, and get the fuck out when it's clocking off time. So yeah, it's just like it's just created that decades of that kind of government has just created this awful environment. It's terrible. Well, I've got these fucking pliers, so who's laughing now, eh? Oh, Lord. Yeah, but here's the thing. If you just fuck off when your job's done, you need to tell people when they get on the bus, I'm finishing in 5 minutes, you're going to have to sort a cab out. But his job is not to do that. His job is to sit in the bus until his clock is up. So that's what he's going to do. I mean, I agree that management just saying, you can stay an extra hour, can't you? It's like, no. That's my life. I've just taken 1 year of your life. Tell me, how do you feel? I just think it's decency, you know what I mean? Just help people. I just think it's scary to think what effect culturally that's had on people. I mean, they've been like, I just wish that countries like North Korea and China and places like that, Russia, just didn't have shitheads, like absolute shitheads. I complain about our politicians, but I think what you see in those countries is just pure evil. It's just evil. It just makes you feel bad. Just think these poor fucking people, they're never going to know what it's like. And then when you go to Vancouver, you see all these, like, it's half the population of Vancouver is Asian, mostly Chinese, a lot of first and second generation, and they're just like the happiest people. Like, how we got out, oh my god, they're so fucking happy. Thank you.
Carl Bilky Boys just resubbed for 6 months. It's coming home, PogChamp, PogChamp, PogChamp.
Thank you. Like, I think Boris is an idiot, but I don't think he's anywhere near as evil. I think he's just clueless. I think he's just a career opportunist, and a lot of people seem to do this because they know they can get a good job at the end of it. But he's not oppressing people. Do you know what I mean? He's just a twat. And we can, if we want, vote for someone else. That's the key difference. Is that if you're not happy with your government, you have options. The people have options. Do you know what I mean? Like, there is a huge difference. Is our system does throw up some assholes, and you'll get bad people in charge. That's the way it works. But at no point is he there for life. Putin is just, I'm just stick around for another 20 years, lads. Hope that's all right. Awful. But again, those laws about protesting can be overturned. You know what I mean? Like, a shit law can be overturned. You get someone else turning up saying, we're doing away with this shit. Done. It works both ways. Some good laws can get overturned when arseholes are in charge, but arsehole laws can get overturned when good people are in charge. That's how it works. There is a really funny documentary about, I can't remember what it's called, someone will know in chat, I'm sure. It's a factory in America that was bought by a Chinese company, and the factory makes windscreens. They were bought by this Chinese firm, and they came over and they really wanted to be like welcoming to the American workers and be like, you're working for us now, but don't worry, you know, we're going to be, yes, American factory, it's going to be cool, it'll all be fine. And it is so fucking good. The funniest thing to me is the sort of cultural chats that they have to give the Chinese workers to say, look, things are different here. They're lazy, they're fat and stupid. You know, don't worry about it. It was hilarious. Alright, so the servers are shutting down. This is good for us. We just need to get to those other points and then wait. So we're going to wait until near the end. Everybody is going to leave. This is not a rat run, this is a quest run. Server's shutting down because they're patching them, probably. Schitt's Creek is great, right? It gets better and better. Doing the one where you have to go to the different doorway entrances to D2 bunker. See, I did the one where you go to the control room, and I did the one where I'm doing the one where you have to go to each of the hermetic doors leading in, and there are 5 locations you need to go to. The 2 we have left are the one that leads up to, I can't remember what the name of it is, there's intelligence in there and some graphics server rooms, we need to hit that door, and then the one that leads up to the medical building, and then we can just hide, and when the server shuts down it counts as you got out. In that document there was an American that said the word union, and the Chinese guy, he's gonna have a stroke, he really did. He really did. But when the Chinese workers turn up at their appointed line in the morning, they have to line up to attention, and their manager they have to count off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they are like have some little chat where he's like, okay everybody, let's try and bust our records from yesterday. Let's go, let's work. And they were like working like crazy, and they had some people's job was to look at the smashed glass, no gloves, no protective equipment, and just pick out the bits that they could use again. That's their job. All day, picking through broken glass to find bits that they could reuse. It's crazy. Fuck Corbyn. I'm glad he didn't win. Don't need a dickhead like that in charge. Fucking hell. They reached 250,000 concurrent players. Well, the servers are fine. I don't have a problem with the servers. The documentary was American Factory. I'm going to make a run for it probably at about 4 minutes. Exactly, Munt. Once football arrives back on these shores after its long journey around the world, once it comes back here, which it should do on Sunday evening, God willing, everything is easy breezy.
Hosakuno just resubbed for 14 months. It's coming home.
Get Gareth Southgate in charge. Get Gareth Southgate in charge of the country. We just don't have good politicians. We haven't had good politicians for a long time. I think it's just, if you're really, really, really smart and good at stuff, why would you work in politics? You go get a job in the private sector, make more money. You need someone to come along who's really fucking good and smart and has great ideas, inspiring leader. I'll go get a fucking job at Deutsche Bank or somewhere, No, football was not created in Scotland. I don't know where this came from. We invented it. We invented it. 100%. What would football be without the rules? We put the rules down. Here's the rules. Bam, that's football. Is it a good career, though? Now we live here. Southgate can't even get the most out of that England squad, never mind a country. Sorry, what planet are you on, son? Are you out of your mind? We're in the final. We're in the final. Just a dumbass thing to say. Grealish played last night. I was skeptical about him taking him off. The problem is that Saka is a bit better defensively, and you can't drop Sterling. And Mount has played well, so I think Sterling did much less on the right than on the left. He clearly likes being on the left, cutting inside on his right foot. It's tough to fit him in there. If Sterling wasn't having a great tournament, absolutely. But I think you bring Grealish on when legs are getting tired, he draws all these fouls, everything. Brilliant. I'd love to see him in the team more. Love the player. But you can't doubt the results. It's all very well saying what they should have done. I don't see what more he could have done. We're in the final. We've conceded 1 goal. Can't say the system's not working. See, now I thought about taking Mount off and putting Grealish in. But I think it's a bit tough. He was alright. I mean, he did his job. It's very tough. That position is very hard. You've got defensive midfielders around you, and you've got the centre-backs in front of you. I think he did alright. I just think if you have these lads who are going to do the tracking back and are going to do the hard stuff, it's hard to drop them. These are tough games. But Grealish has an impact sub 100%. Love him. But it does mean bumping Sterling over to the right, and he does do less there. He did win the penalty from there, but if you notice when they switched him over and Grealish came on, Sterling was basically anonymous for about 20 minutes. I was surprised when he took Grealish off, I'll be honest with you. He's a good player. I love him. I wish he could play more. I'd like to see how it would work if you started with Grealish left, Sterling right, Mount in the middle, Foden in the middle, whoever. I mean, we are so fucking lucky that we're spoiled for choice when it comes to those kind of players. But, I mean, yeah, to complain after we get to the final, that's just the most English thing ever. Yeah, we got to the final, but he didn't play Grealish. It's like, alright. Yeah, most of our attacks do come via the left side. I just think it's weird. Like, Shaw is so good. His crosses and his movement. Shaw has been absolutely fucking brilliant this tournament. I just think it's strange. You got Carl Walker. He's such a fast player. To make him sit deeper, I think, is a bit odd. But I think what he kind of does is he's playing deeper so that if the ball breaks in the middle, he can get in there and you suddenly have 3 at the back instead of 2. I don't think he looked shaky. I think he looked good. It's a tough game. They're very good. Denmark were very good. All right. Quest done, I think. Either way, let's just be happy that there is a chance on Sunday that football will come home. I've waited my whole life to see England in a final. Please tell me I did it. Yes! We bloody did it. What a pog. Right. I will be back this evening, since there's no football on. Yeah. I'll be back this evening. Hope you can join me then about 8 o'clock for some more Tarking. Might even play some Dotes if the lads are about. They might be. So yeah, I'll see you at about 8. Cheers for watching. Take it easy. Peace out.